Rejuvenated and refreshed the whole thing. And look, but as I said, and I've said it many times, like the boys' attitude and application since we came in has been top class. You know, there's been absolutely no issues.
When you were offered the job, did you have any hesitations?
The general consensus amongst not all family members and friends was basically steer clear of it, I suppose, until the minors had come through, if you like. Take the cute option of going in 3 years' time. The general perception amongst some of my friends was that probably A, I might have been too young for it, and B, that Waterford were heading into a period of transition for a number of years. So, but I kind of had my sights on it from a number of years beforehand.
Why do you think it has taken Galway so long to win the All-Ireland again?
Look, it's hard to put your finger on it. You know, I think, you know, being from Galway and I suppose being involved as a player and seeing, you know, the talent that has been there, it's probably really hard to put your finger on it. You can't dwell on the past too much, and we most certainly aren't. And, you know, as I said, we're well aware of the group of players that we have. You know, they're very talented, very focused, and, you know, probably more than any team in the last 29 years, they've been knocking on the door more than most. So hopefully this is the time.
Derek, as you were coming down the home straight, if you like, towards the All-Ireland final, there were a couple of issues, of course, that have cropped up. Did you find that difficult to deal with, or what was the process?
Not difficult, but I suppose taxing, I think, in terms of running a parallel street of preparation. You know, I think, you know, each case we felt had exhausted its relevant avenues, dependent on what we saw as justice or injustice, if you like. So, look, as I said, there's no distraction in doing the right thing by your player, if you like, and I think we've done it in both cases as well, you know. I think there's a real connection between the team and the people of Waterford in that if the people see a team that's hard-working and working as a collective unit, they respond to that, and we've never professed to be anything other than that, a hard-working unit, and that's what the Waterford people are. So it's a massive task. We're 5-2 outsiders, but you know that makes it interesting, I think, for ourselves. It makes it more intriguing, and it makes us a dangerous underdog, in our opinion, you know.
The opposing managers here at Croke Park this afternoon. Your thoughts, Ger, on the two of them?
Yeah.
Very similar in many ways. Two quiet, intelligent men.
Very similar, very modern type of manager. You know, you don't have this madman running in around the field anymore that you had in the past.
And we've got
there were a few of those in the past. Like, but it's a lot calmer now and a lot more controlled. Although you will have noticed this year especially, much more animated, both of them on the sideline. You know, still you cannot be. Players like to see their manager animated and in total, you know, constant contact with him in the field. Now, when you take Derek McGrath, he's there 4 years, came in first. All the older generation was there. You know, beaten badly that year by Westford. You know, out of the championship early. Then got rid of 10 really established players. Said, I'm going with youth and I'm going with a new policy or a new system of play. It looked a bit coarse for a while. Now, we have to admit that, you know. It looked very, very coarse, especially in the first Munster final, you know, against Tipperary, when they just beat the ball down the top of, you know. So it has taken a while, but it's getting more and more refined the whole time. And the best test of it is the players now love it. I said 2 years ago they were dodgy about it. Now they love it.
That's the
trick. They love it. Isn't that the trick? You know. Now Micheál then came in under different circumstances in Galway, because with the, you know, the disruption we had there. But maybe he was just the type of person, you know, that's solid, calm, intelligent, player-centred person. You know, before that maybe it was a bit dictatorial for the Galway players, but they needed somebody who kind of empowered the players and put the pressure on them to drive on the engine. He has emphasised that we got the players to drive the engine. And when you have the players driving it, you know, you really are. That's when you really have succeeded. And he too has got that bit of a cutting edge about him this year. Saw him in the league final below, and he was really, really animated. A cutting edge about him in the sideline that day as well. So two intelligent men, perfect for the modern generation.
And speaking, Liam, of driving the engine, we were talking earlier on here on the programme about how hurling, like any sport, evolves over the years, which is true, but it's still central to a field game, I believe. The middle of the field
Yeah,
control it.
Yeah, and Waterford's engine room has been superb, you know, and I guess they needed leadership in the middle of the field. You know, the last day out, semi-finals have not been good to them over the years, you know, and this is the 6th minute, so the game is really just starting to settle down. And Kevin Moran, what a message to deliver, straight down the middle, and he pops that ball over the bar. They got 4 points in that they got 7 points in the first half. 4 of them came from midfield, and in the second half, this is the very start of the second half. You see the run that Jamie Byrne made. He was behind Kevin Moran outside him, so no score yet in the second half of this semi-final. In goes Jamie Byrne, takes on his man, drives at the Cork defence, and very, very smartly draws that free. And all of a sudden, in Waterford are out of the blocks again in the second half. And watch the composure here. These two guys, they just know each other. Look at that for a pass, catch Kevin Moran over the bar. Like, they have the freedom of Croke Park, but the sign of a good player has been in the right place at the right time. And any forward, this man here beside me would be, look at this. Jamie Byrne does not break stride. If he's to put that ball in his hurley, he's not going to get the goal, because Anthony Nash is going to be out on top for him. That pure class that he showed. These two guys have scored 4 goals and 20 points in the championship today. If a half hour line got it, you'd be more than happy.
Of course you would.
So if Galway are like David Burke and Johnny Cohen have a big job, and I'd say Micheál Donoghue, when he's plotting, a lot of plotting went into how he's going to manage these two.
And do you think that he'd put Johnny Cohen over? That could mean a change, you know, with Johnny Cohen over on Barron.
I think so.
I think he will. I do.
Johnny Cohen is defensively minded. He used to play in defence, so definitely.
All right, that's time for us to take another break here on the programme now. When we come back, we will be meeting the Jubilee team here at Croke Park. Those who were hurling champions of Ireland 20 ago, this year's Jubilee team were honoured here at Croke Park. Kilkenny, of course, were crowned All-Ireland champions in 1992. DJ Carey and John Power amongst the goal scorers as the Cats defeated Cork. Then it was Liam Fennelly who lifted the cup to mark the Cats' 24th title. You hadn't quite arrived on the scene at that stage, Henry, but you remember that, of course.
Well, I was dreaming of arriving on the stage, and the old Canal End was down here. I remember DJ getting that penalty. It was a wet day, and he skidded along the ground, and I was 12 or 13 years of age at that stage, and they were just idols. Liam Fennelly was a club mate of mine, brought the cup home to Ballyhale, and I dreamed of one day getting there. So
and you did.
Great characters, great players in that team, and legends of Kilkenny hurling.
Well, there's no doubt about that. OK, now at this stage, we are going to head down pitch side here at Croke Park to catch up with Claire McNamara. We're going to see who she has got with her.
Well, Michael, I've got a Galway man and a Waterford man, Sue Farrell and Tony Brown. I think they're both a bit nervous as throw-in is approaching. Tony, you were telling me you had trouble sleeping last night, and you didn't just have trouble sleeping when you were a player.
Yeah, no, that's true, Claire. You know what? Normally people would know me. I was cool, calm and collective in my playing days and never had any bother sleeping. But for some reason, I just couldn't sleep last night. And there's such an atmosphere, 2 new teams in this All-Ireland final. And it's just the atmosphere coming into the stadium was fantastic. And what an advertisement already for the 2018 season. You know, just fantastic and really looking forward to the occasion. The colour is unbelievable and it's really just can't wait to get going this game.
Now, you were out there in 2008. Rick Walsh, Kevin Moran were out there as well. What are the lessons learned from that day? That was a tough day for Waterford.
It sure was, Claire, but look, I can tell you this, Derek McGrath is a very, very shrewd operator and everybody knows his attention to detail. And I think after the victory here the last day against Cork, he would have homed in on the mistakes we made in 2008. And certainly in Waterford over the last couple of weeks, there was lessons learned. We had no, Derek in fairness to him, had no open nights. In my time we actually had 2. We had one in Welsh Park and one in Dungarvan. And in fairness to Derek, he was able to control that situation over the last 3 weeks. And in fairness, the one thing you can't control is the supporters. And in fairness to the supporters in Waterford over the last 2 or 3 weeks, they've left the team alone, they've left them prepare, and I think they're in a good place.
Cyril, of course, you managed Galway to 3 of their 4 titles. But do you think the pain of the more recent defeats, the 2012, 2015, do you think that will be a significant driving force today?
Yeah, Claire, like as Tony will tell you, when you lose in All-Ireland, you're going home the following night. OK, there'll be thousands out to greet you home, but it's the last place you want to be. It's a terrible feeling. You feel hurt, you feel kind of sad. You'd love to have done things different, but you have to wait for the following year. So, like, hoping, like, Galway have been in 2 All-Ireland, well, 3 counted the replays play, and that should kind of give them an advantage in the sense that they know what it's like to lose, and, you know, they really want to win. Now, so will Waterford, but on a big occasion, Claire, it's whoever kind of can take the atmosphere in, grasp the atmosphere and let themselves play, because when all is said and done, no matter what tactics you have and all the game plans in the world, the players have to play, and it's all about getting to the ball first, really.
and Galway have just run out. Tony, the sweepers systems, it's the talk of the summer. Derek McGrath has stuck to his guns. He's taken a lot of stick, but he's stuck to it.
Yeah, and you got to admire him for that. You know, look, listen, you know, his first year was a very difficult year with Waterford. This project is 4 years in the making, Claire, and you know they've perfected this defensive system, if you want to call it. Derek likes to refer to it as a structural fair, and there's a certain element of that too in it. And in fairness to Waterford, you know, going back in my time, we had Cork dictating to us, and we had Kilkenny dictating to us on their terms and what way the game is going to be played. And now finally we have a Waterford team putting out a structure and a system, and we are now dictating what way the terms are going to be played. And it's up to whether that's good enough to win in All-Ireland. I don't know. 5 o'clock will tell that. But I think that, you know, Galway are fairly decent at playing that, and they've, you know, so it has the makings, it has all the ingredients for a fantastic game.
Cyril, do Galway have that bit extra this year? That's something special to take them over the line?
Well, you know, all along with Clare, we kind of feel they have, like, you know, they've won a league title, coming back from 10 points against Waterford. Waterford, that they played very well for a long time in the stadium, and Galway were lucky enough probably to win in the end. But from then, they've drove on, won a league title, and won a Leinster title. They're actually unbeaten this year in dim competitions, and like that's a big plus going in. But like there will be the question mark, Clare, the whole time over Galway and of Waterford, like until the win. We're not the Kilkennys, the Tips, or the Corks. We haven't won a terrible lot of titles either, and like that's why, as Tony says, it's so unique. For neutrals, it's beautiful because they don't really mind who wins really, because there's a new name in the cup. Now, okay, Tony will want Waterford, I will want Galway to win. But like as a Galway person, the Galway, if Waterford are good enough to beat us, you'd have to first congratulate them, because there's lads on that team that soldiered through with that fella, brilliant hurlers, and like they deserve their day in the sun. We'd be just hoping we're good enough that we get our day this time and they can have it the next time. And you have to say, players, well, our minors have to win a great game of hurling, probably against the head all year, like Jeff Radinsky, the boys, done a great job. It's a great start. It's a great start to the day, and wouldn't it be lovely as a Galway man to go home with 2 cups? But like, who knows, like what's going to
Don't
bring.
be greedy, sir. Listen, I hope both of you will enjoy it. Thank you very much for your thoughts. The teams are out, so let's go up to Marty Morrissey in our commentary box.
Thank you very much, Claire. It's All-Ireland Hurling final day. It's very, very special. I have to admit, I've never seen bigger crowds on Jones's Road, Clonliffe Road. It really is exciting. Michael Dagnan is with me on commentary today. You played in 4 All-Ireland finals, Michael. Am I wrong to say that this feels a little bit different?
Well, I think every All-Ireland final is very special, but you're right, it is, because it's the first final between Galway and Waterford, because they haven't won it for so long. You know, everyone knows how long it is. It's a massive special occasion. Whoever's going to win this today is going to be huge outpouring of emotion after the game.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to it. Let's take a look at the Galway team that'll start in this All-Ireland hurling final. He's 35 years of age since July 18th, an All-Star in 2015. It's the Galway goalkeeper, Kinvara's Colm Callanan. Adrian Toohey from Baha has made the right cornerback jersey his own, while Daithí Burke's performances at fullback have been crucial and will again be today on this final championship journey. John Hanbury completes the line. Pádraig Mannion has really blossomed since moving from the corner to the wing, while Gearóid McInerney has been outstanding at number 6. Gort's Aidan Hart has been rock solid all year, and these 3 players form a formidable half-back line. At centre field for Galway will be Johnny Cohen, who's formed a very strong partnership with the Tribesmen's captain David Burke. By all accounts, this is a crucial area for both teams, but Cohen and Burke face a big test. Joseph Cooney switches from left half to right half forward, while Joe Canning, as usual, will operate at centre forward. What a day to get your first start at the Championship 2017, and that's the story for this man, Jonathan Glenn. The 2 Connors, Conor Whelan will wear number 13, while Conor Cooney from St Thomas's is named a full forward. At top of the left will be Carl Mannion. Wearing number 1 for Waterford is this man, Ballygunner Stephen O'Keefe, who's made some brilliant saves on his journey here to Croke Park for this All-Ireland final. Shane Fives, the right corner back, has been a model of consistency and has given great support and protection to his fullback Barry Coughlin. In the other corner is Mr. Dependable, Noel Connors from Passage. There'll be a big welcome back for Tadhg de Burca, who missed the semi-final due to suspension. Austin Gleeson from Mount Sion in Waterford City is named at centre back, but could play anywhere, while Philip Manny is one of the finest defenders in the country. Jamie Barron has been simply brilliant for Waterford, scoring 3 goals and 6 points from centre field. Joining him is Darragh Lyons from Garvan, but I suspect that Kieran Bennett will be a late change there. This hurler is a true leader and inspiring captain. Kevin Moran from the De La Salle club will wear number 10, but I expect to see him in midfield. Pádraig Mahoney leads the attack and is his county's top scorer, while Jake Dillon completes the half-forward line. Shane Bennett, younger brother Kieran, will once again start at right corner forward, with the legendary Michael Brick Walsh at 34 years of age at the edge of the square. Number 15 will be Darragh Fives, who will no doubt spend most of his day here at Croke Park in the middle of the field. Wonderful atmosphere. The referee, of course, is Fergal Horgan. The man in charge of Waterford is Derek McGrath, his 4th season in charge. And Micheál Donoghue is year number 2 for the Tribesmen. wonderful atmosphere. Let's go back to Michael.
Thanks, Marty. So that is the way that they are going to line up today. And we are, of course, getting closer to throw-in time here at Croke Park.
For team. I was looking for a clip that does.
Yeah.
Now look at here. You have 18 players in a very, very tight position, the size of a cabbage garden. We know, which you'll have an awful lot of that today. Now look at number 10 and number 14, Barron and Gleeson. They swap position now. They're gone out of position. Now when Kevin Moran gets the ball, if that was 2 years ago, he'd balloon it up with the left. But look at, he gives it to Gleeson. Now Barron has disappeared 40 yards away, and Gleeson finds him, and he's straight through on goals. This is the goal that got him into the All-Ireland this year. I know that to play Wexford and Cork afterwards, but that was the psychological goal that drove them on their way to beat Kilkenny for the first time in 58 years. Now, what has it got? It has intelligent movement. It has creativity about it. Any team that can play like that and can set up goals like that are dangerous, because they don't have a full forward line of great danger. But some of the things they do far out the field, especially this year, they didn't have in the past, especially this year, are so creative. And you know, and the running is so good that you'd say, how would you mark them? You know, that's the thing about it. How would you mark that? How would you mark Jamie Barron there? To me, that was the goal of the year. A brilliant, brilliant goal, both in its execution and in its significance. Fantastic play.
I suppose, as we look back through the games this summer, Liam, there's been more talk than usual, and it's been here for a couple of years, is the sweeper in hurling.
Yeah, well, I think some teams get spooked by the sweeper. I mean, that is the reality. And, you know, this is the 63rd minute, and, you know, the danger, like, you can't go route one. Because if you're going to go down, like, into the middle, straight away, Waterford are ready for that. Like, they'll just mop it up. And whether it's Tig de Burka or Dara Fives, both of them are equally comfortable. And here, you know, Cork get it again. It's back down in the middle again. Here's Dara Fives again. So, like, when you're going down into traffic, you're going to really struggle to break down this Waterford team. But there's a few examples here. Here's the crossfield ball. I think, you know, that Galway might be tanking Wexford because they got a chance to go and play against the sweeper. So they attacked with the crossfield ball. Here we have another example. Going down the flanks, keeping that ball out wide. You can see there the sweeper, he's sitting back, but he just can't get at that. There's no way a sweeper can be everywhere. And again, so the crossfield ball. The other thing that Galway have in their artillery is the ability to win primary possession. Because the one way you can take out a sweeper. Now, Conor Cooney catches this ball. It doesn't end up in the back of the net, but at the same time, the chance came because they were able to win primary possession. And I think that's something, and like, they're not just totally dependent. And again, winning dirty ball, Michael. You know, you are going to find situations today where there'll be one Galway forward, there'll be 2 or 3 Waterford backs. But Conor Whelan there showed the tenacity to go and win his ball. And the last point is that they have the ability to shoot from distance. And Garrod McInerney was smart enough there to know that Joe Canning is outside me, I'll feed the ball to the shooter and I'll put the ball over the bar. So if they go down the flanks, if they go and use their primary possession ball winning ability, and they really look to find their shooters in open space, I think they have an ability, provided they don't get spooked.
But I think it's to get that balance, because you don't go, because you're playing an extra defender back, you don't say we play everything on the wings. Because I think you're going to need to get a big score or two to win on All-Ireland. But I agree with you. You need that balance of playing at the wings. Keep them thinking. It's all about playing the games on your terms.
But you need a good defence in any team, obviously, and you're looking at the Galway defence.
Yeah, no, I think this has been the biggest improvement in Galway over the last years. And there's a lot of affiliation with the past team, 88, 87. And they had a brilliant full-back in Conor Hayes. And they have another brilliant full-back in Dahi Burke. Excellent, you know, tight, tenacious, rugged. This is when the pressure was on. We talked about leadership. Come out, but give the ball to the man in the better position. And this has probably been the most improved player in the last couple of years. Garrod McInerney, sees father talking last night and up for the match. He was a brilliant player too. But look at the strength, physicality and aggression. And that's the big thing with Galway this year. Again, high ball, man on man.